Good morning. Good morning. It is day 11 of our YouTube career live stream. We're trying to accomplish goals here, people. Trying to, anyways. So, John Thetford, T6 Design Co. Shortly, Misha should be joining us, at least momentarily. She's got some other things going on today, as per the use, because we have multiple moving parts in our daily lives. But at any rate, I just wanted to hop on here a little bit this morning, kind of discuss some of the things that we did yesterday and plan on trying to do today. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure that we're going to stay on for the full 3 hours because I do have some thoughts and things that I need to be able to concentrate on without having a bunch of boring dead space for those of y'all that have been hopping on and hanging out and encouraging us kind of along the way on this journey. So for those that don't know, we have a challenge that we're trying to achieve, and I'll be the first one to tell you we have no idea what we're doing. Which is okay, right? We got to learn and start somewhere, and I feel like the best way to do that is really just jump in and take the chance and to be I say full frontal, but Misha doesn't like that, but full frontal. I feel like a fear is like the unknown for anybody and anything. And I've done a lot of research, went down rabbit holes and have all these ideas personally. And then Misha's been encouraging me and vice versa. But sometimes we got to rein it in, because I want to try to do everything. And that's the problem with having ADD and being passionate, like, oh, dude, I could do that. So, and on top of that, we have a lot of stuff going on in our own lives outside of trying to, make a business work and everything. But, it is what it is. So with our goal, though, the 90-day goal, so our intention is the 90-day to 20K and to create products and show how we're getting through the process of building the products or designing the products and listing the products, learning how to list on Etsy and other platforms, figuring out how to do the website. Let's see here. What else? Social media, doing marketing, yada, yada, yada. And the problem is for me, like there's so much, let's call it content and information that's out there. And trying to absorb all the things that you can to learn and like what's working, what's not working, what tools work, what tools don't work. Man, it is a challenge. And I'm kind of that person too, like, yeah, I want to learn all these things, but I also want to just dive right in and make some cool stuff, right? And then, it would be nice if we had a huge community of following, whether it be online or if we had like a store that people knew about and would frequent that, right? But we don't have that right now. So that's why we're starting where we're at from ground zero. We have lots of money invested and not nearly enough capital reinvested back into the business, and essentially what we're doing is kind of starting from a negative number and then trying to recoup and pay ourselves back, if you will, and then also just kind of build that capital back and build relationships along the way. So it's been already quite challenging, like the amount of work, what I've learned, and what we're still currently figuring out too. Like social media is no joke. I feel like that's a full-time job in itself. And upon some self-reflection, like I'm kind of wondering too if I'm putting some unrealistic expectations on myself with, for example, trying to go live each day for 3 hours a day. We've already found that is challenging in itself. Just one, with our personal lives going on, getting kids everywhere, doing all the chores, making sure that we're prepped and ready for dinner while still trying to produce products and all that fun stuff, and solely using what we have as far as our physical tech, so cameras, so on and so forth. So it's not pretty. It's not a polished product, and I'm okay with that. So today, for example, I went ahead and changed our title for the live streams because I want to differentiate our titling, if you will, from what our goal is. Well, how do I say that? What our title is for our daily live streams, as opposed to what our goal is in its totality. So the reason for that being is whenever I can actually get into it, right, I want to build a polished video, if you will, explaining how we're going about this, the steps that we're taking, showing some of those things along the way, as well as talking about the adversity that we're facing, the wins that we're facing, so on and so forth. But so yeah, we changed up the title today. I hope that doesn't throw anybody off for those that have been jumping on and hanging out with us. But nonetheless, we did do some cool stuff yesterday. So I'm trying to figure out how we go about like showing the things that we did physically, and then also the steps that we took in order to make some listings. So yesterday, we spent the day really just kind of engraving these products on our coasters and so on and so forth. Let me change my view here because I can't really see what I got going on. Give me one moment. Okay. I need to be able to see myself, and I'm not vain for the most part. So I know it's a little hard to see. I need to work on some lighting here. Here we go. There's a good shot. There we go. Even better. Just trying to focus on my face. But we got football helmet, like a little patent design on this guy. We engraved a bunch of, or a handful of designs on our slate coasters. And we also did some cork ones, which I'll show here in just a moment. So yesterday was more or less about getting these designs onto a product, and then taking some photos to post on our local sell groups, as well as trying to get our like for sale listings up. We have been finally successful in getting products up on our Etsy, which I'm super happy about that. Obviously, it's going to take some time to really kind of get all the interweb things working together where people can be searching that and they're actually finding it. So here's these designs. They turned out pretty good in my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, or you can check out our pages too. I will be posting more just kind of static photos, if you will, of our designs. But yeah, I think without doing much research, I think these can all be products that sell year long and obviously hit a couple different markets. And oh, that's a whole set for that. And then sorry, I just brought the whole packs of them up. But yeah, so we want to be able to touch kind of broadly, if you will, with some just kind of similar products, and kind of get in the process of, okay, we know that we can do this amount of X or these amount of coasters on these settings, and knock them out in a certain amount of time. And then also we know the process of how to, so say we come up with a new design, we have the product already, we can load it in there, use our template, so on and so forth. And then we also know the process of how to build our listings. So, but yeah, so those, I think, are products that can be listed year long. And the main goal was, though, Misha and I were chatting about building these up so that way, obviously we're behind the curve, if you will, as far as being able to have the listing on the web, so that way people can have those out before Super Bowl. So we wanted to do those football coasters and designs before Super Bowl, and really just kind of broadcast that to our local market, as it could be something that somebody can come and purchase and pick up today, right? So yesterday we did get on, we took a handful of photos. Are they professional grade? Absolutely not. Not enough time, in my opinion, to sit there and really build the story around the product. However, I am more or less in the mindset of, we definitely have good photos, not the greatest photos, but at least it still is something that we are able to move with, right? As we progress and build kind of our desired look, utilizing the things that we have in the space that we have, and also in the time that we have, we'll refine that process and the what's the word, style value that we want to have on those photos to be able to tell that story, if you will, and hopefully find, you know, as we move kind of down the line, that having better photos and better videos, if you will help with that, as far as conversions for online sales and stuff like that. But right now, I mean, this is where we're at, right? So is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it better than maybe some other people's stuff? Probably. I don't know. There are folks that I have seen having more success with less, right? So that shouldn't be an excuse for us not to try, right? So that's kind of where we're at with everything right now. And I'm super stoked that in the amount of time that we started our challenge, as well as just kind of began that process of getting into a groove of things, we've been able for the most part to jump on and do a live stream daily. So that's a solid win. We've developed our little duck keychains and have been able to build them and begin at least a solid process of getting postings done or listings done for that. Maybe a week behind, but again, we got to start somewhere. So, instead of focusing on the negative, I'm trying to be more realistic and understanding that these things take time, especially whenever you have, maybe the smallest inkling of some steps and processes to follow to make these things happen. But our thing for today is, and I'll go ahead and pull this up too. Give me one moment. I want to show you guys one thing that I did this morning. Let me see if I can figure out which one I need to be on as far as my web browser. So I have kind of two different things going on for various reasons. But one deal that is kind of a goal and a challenge at the same time is ensuring that we are kind of doing the most that we can with like little to no investment in monthly products or subscriptions and things of that nature. So for example, we have a free Square website. It cost us nothing to make the website, and it costs us nothing to make our listings other than the cost if somebody were to purchase or we do an invoice via that system, right? So we do have that. And then I was kind of in my head, if you will, thinking about how can we utilize some other tools that are out there that are free as well, and able to kind of help broadcast some cheap marketing, if you will. So this morning, after we got our products listed on, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. After we got our products listed on Etsy, which big shout out to Misha, she helped me actually build the listings on Etsy. I was sitting there this morning kind of thinking like, well, what is a tool that lots of folks are on aside from Etsy, that people are searching, and then also, just kind of scanning things that has good SEO, and all that stuff. So what I did is this. This is my personal business, whatever, Pinterest. I'm still not a full-fledged user in it, right? Like I got it years and years ago for trying to look up recipes or like cool ideas to do. And I had found some time ago that we can put or make our own pins. So one thing I wanted to do too, so all the little projects that I have done from years ago to current is like, I thought it would be cool, like to have a pin board of like things that I've made, right? And that's kind of progressed into like making postings now of our products that have direct links. And this is a free tool, right? And you can obviously invest money into the marketing side of things to create ads and all that, but we don't have the money, right? But people still are searching for things. So as of like 6:30 this morning, I believe I had made these pins, right, to put on our board. And I don't know if people are going to see it or not, but I had found that we can create links to our website or to our Etsy. And I also found too, I learned that you can create videos, like a little slideshow inside of Etsy, just like you can with your, pretty much any other social media platform, music and yada, yada, yada. So I had already had this video kind of built using CapCut. And I don't know if it's good video or not, but I feel like it definitely shows our products. And as of now, like, and this is probably going to count as one too, maybe, I don't know, since I'm in my own account, but we have 5 impressions, which I believe 5 impressions means that we have had, or 5 people have at least seen this on their screen. I've misplaced a page right here. I need to make sure so that way if somebody's commenting, I can see it. Okay, here we go. So yeah, 5 impressions. I mean, I think that's pretty solid. It's been up for maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours now. I don't remember exactly what time we got it posted. You can see here on my own personal page, I don't have very many followers, I guess, on here, but the cool thing is like we put it in our description. So let me open that up. And this is directly linked to our Etsy website, if I understood how I did it, if I did it correctly. And the cool thing is, you know, without coming in here and doing research on what other folks have, it's at least in the same category of those posts or those pins. So hopefully we can get into the realm of at least finding that people are seeing our product. And here's some other things that I made, just kind of over a lapse of time. So I started out trying to do a little bit of some digital products, for folks that are using little CAD cut machines, or like you can even use this as a laser file for something, so on and so forth. And then I also, let me see here. I know you can't see it behind my face. We've done some furniture stuff that you'll be able to see. Now, is this for sale? No, I just wanted to show off like the chairs that we've done, right. And I also have a hobby of photography, so just having this beautiful picture of a horse, in my opinion. I also have some really cool ones of various animals too, sheep and whatnot. But you know, just kind of have an area though of building these pins in hopes that this will link back to our Etsy and folks will be interested in purchasing these products from us, right? So this morning, you know, and it's kind of on par with what our goal is, but it's also kind of something that is a little bit different. My ultimate goal is to build a successful business for our family and show our kids that we can do anything that we put our minds to. And right now it is not easy. Nothing's being given to us, right? And I don't know if the answer is, in order to do so, like if we like solely focus on just a small handful of products, or if we kind of just build them out, right? So we did these ducks, for example. This was our challenge. That's noisy. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I can. Yeah. We'll let that play through. Okay, is that something that's captivating? I have no idea, right? But it is kind of cool. But my thought is though, like we started with this, our hopes were to do toppers for your different tumblers and stuff like that, and then also possibly these keychains. Well, I have found we haven't gotten to the toppers yet, and I believe that is a massive like product that could and should be successful. And is there multiple people doing it? Absolutely. But if Joe Blow from Indiana can do it, and then Sarah Jane or whoever from Wisconsin can do it, then why can't we do it from here in Oklahoma, right? Is there people out there that can offer better products? More than likely. Are there people out there that are making shoddy products? More than likely. My thought is, if we can offer the best product that we can do, and people are interested in helping support us on that journey, that's all I care about, right? I know there's a great community of people out there that are very similarly tasked and capable of producing very similar products, right? So the idea for me is like, well, where can we add value? How can we be slightly different? And I think that's a little bit hard, especially if you're not coming up with a raw patented product that's also going to take years and years and years to do. So if we can offer services and then also stand out just by offering, you know, a duck keychain, whereas somebody might have like a moose or something, I don't know, then yeah, why not take that chance, and also try to do it as free as possible. So, but let me show you this. So we have this on here, and it takes you to our Etsy, which is also a free resource to use, right? It cost us 20 cents to list the product, if I remember correctly. And then I do believe, just like everything else, there's some transaction fees. But I'm very proud. So with this one, we did have a little bit of time to kind of think our process out as far as how we wanted to stage our photography. There's still some more that I want to do, but we built the listing out, and you can see that we have all of our options here. And I discussed with my, 2 days ago, I think, kind of some of the struggles, or if you will, as far as how our listing can be and the limitations that it is within there. So touching on that, these are the options that we have, right? And I want to offer a price break, if you will, off of the initial investment. So the initial is the $13.50. And why I have it priced like that is because the amount of time that it has taken to develop the product, build the product, like physically put it together, our shipping material costs that we have for the envelopes or boxes, so on and so forth. Like, we need to be able to cover those expenses as well as be profitable. And I don't remember what the hard number is off of that. I think it's like, by the time shipping and all that stuff is said and done, which we split, I have it set up to where we split the cost of shipping with the customer. I think we might make like $2.50 or something like that, if I remember correctly, off of just this initial, right? Now, my thought was, if we can come in here and offer an option like, hey, you want to order this white and yellow one, you add it to your cart, cool, $13.50, but you should be able to come in here and select whatever other colors that you might want, and however many that you might want. And I want to offer a bulk discount from each additional duck, let's just say like $5 or $6 or whatever. And then if you hit like I don't know, let's call it 12. So if you order 13, you get another price break for that as well. So it lowers your overall cost for the bulk order that you're getting. And we found that there's not an easy way to do that inside of Etsy, as well as beyond that, the other problem is, how do we keep track of our inventory? Because we only have at the moment a set physical amount, because we don't have a lot of extra material laying around. So my thought was on that, like, if we have our set quantities, we can see what colors are kind of selling, and then what colors other people might be interested in the future, and build some different options and variables inside of that. But on here, there's not a way, if, for example, I can have this drop down, and then we can build like a 2-pack, a 3-pack, 5-pack of each color, right? But now I don't have a way to see, if I sell 4 yellow ducks, white and yellow ducks, for example, and I only have 10, you select that, and then one other color, and then somebody else comes and selects just one out of that, right? A single. Like, it's not going to tell me like, hey, on this cell, inventory wise, for the day, for example, we have 5 total yellow and white ducks sold. It'll show me that you have 2 sales, right? So I want to work through that, and I believe I can set all of this up in our Square website to be able to show that kind of inventory tracker. And the other thing that I'm going to have to figure out along the way is, how do we make like a master inventory tracker, and can these things communicate back and forth between our Square cell system as well as our Etsy cell system. And moving forward, I believe we got approved yesterday for our TikTok shop, which will be something that I'll have to learn as well. And I've already seen some videos from folks saying kind of some of the different things that are wins and losses utilizing that tool. But I'm looking forward to doing that, right? So this morning I was chatting with Misha about that. And, you know, I understand, like, you got like 3 days to get a product out. And I believe whenever you're first starting out, like, you're not receiving payment for that sell in a super ideal amount of time. I think there's a lead time or a certain amount that you have to hit. I need to do a little bit more research, which means up front, we're going to have capital expenses involved. And if at the point, for example, if we don't have a ton of inventory, like, or a ton of capital at our dispense, you know, I have no idea if we get on there and we're going to sell 200 of these ducks, for example. I don't have 200 of those, but I got to pump it out in 3 days, right? So it'd be a wonderful experiment to see, one, like, let's just say all optimistically, like, we post a product up, and we got the videos going, people are loving it, and we're making sales. Well, I think at that point, like, the problem of it is like, okay, well, maybe we don't have the capital to get all the materials that are needed in order to produce those products in a timely fashion. So at this point, like, we might have to reach out to see if we can borrow some capital and pay the bank back, or the individual back, or what have you. But at least we know, like, we've made those sales, so that's a solid win, right? And then I don't know what the fees are associated with TikTok shop and all that fun stuff either. So, you know, we got to kind of calculate our expenses for that. But nonetheless, another, for the most part, free tool. Obviously on the platform, there's a ton of people on there, and we would love to have that reach and build the community, not only on that platform, but also, you know, on any of the other ones that we're on with the Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So it's a lot, you know. I feel like I'm stressed out all the time just trying to manage every little piece of this, but we are learning along the way, which is great. And then, you know, as we kind of really dive deeper into this and become a little more familiar with the process, like I don't think it'll be an issue at all, right? But the initial thing is just starting out and being in that uncomfortable situation of, one, the unknown, because we have no idea how this venture, if you will, is going to take, or how it's going to play out. And then number two, like solely like the lack of knowledge, right? I mean, I don't know anybody that can just jump in like and build post up to where, you know, you can have these things communicating and sending you back to store, or even building the listing. Like, we all got to start somewhere. So I need a sip of coffee. But I am excited. Like, it's weird. I don't know too. Like, the biggest fear that I have is like, for example, Misha and I were chatting. We have materials to send these coasters, right? Are they the proper material, the best material, best boxes to do it? The ones that we have on hand right now, there's a little bit of room in there. So how do we like package things up to where everything's protected as best as possible, so that way when it's being shipped, it's not, you know, we take less risk of it being broke. I don't know. It's not like we can hop on YouTube, for example, and be like, tell me how to package slate coasters so that way they're protected and we're running a very small risk of them being broke and shipping. And then what's our cost behind whatever those materials? I have no idea, you know, but we're trying to utilize what we have, be innovative in our mode of thought, and then obviously continue to grow. Like, once we find the proper product, how we're going to do our packaging, and then how much does that cost for not only the material, but also the shipping. Because we would like to get to the point too where we're offering like free shipping. Why? Because we got the volume, we're getting the shipping discount, stuff like that. But I think for right now, you know, like we're going to have to try to at least split some costs with customers, depending on what platform that we're on, or the customer pays the shipping. And even better for us, if you're local, like, we definitely want to have a good presentation of packaging, right? But it's not costing us any shipping cost. And maybe our packaging can be slightly different for an on-site customer, if you will. Like, instead of having to worry about a bunch of styrofoam or packing peanuts or whatever, like, we put it in a box, and box in a paper bag, which is what we're using right now. Super classy, but it's effective, right? So right now we're just kind of starting out baseline. This is our process. These are the things that we have, and just trying to figure it out along the way, right? But I'm stoked personally to see where we're gonna fall towards the end of the week. One of the things, I say the end of the week, I guess today is Thursday. So we'll see where we come up with tomorrow. I don't think we've made any sales on anything this week as far as any type of service or our products that we've developed right now. So that's kind of an unfortunate, you know, stab to the heart. But at the same point in time, we are investing time into building, not only making the product itself, but also trying to build up these listings, come on the lives, build our community on the interwebs. Apparently I can't talk today. And then also, you know, really just kind of go through the thought process of like, what is our structure going to look like through the day for our streaming? What is our structure going to look like for building videos? Which yesterday I began trying to piece together. Want to go and call a polished video. And I think today I'm going to do a little bit of research to see if maybe there's an opportunity that isn't super costly. Like, for example, if I can get on Fiverr and build a Google Drive and download all of our daily live videos from the week and be like, hey, can somebody edit a nice video and we can build some dialogue around that? You know, to me, it's just, if I can have the help doing that, so that way I can focus on another task at hand, and say, I don't know, if it's a great video and it costs like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks for somebody to be able to do it in a very timely fashion, as opposed to me taking hours upon hours trying to figure this out in the moment. Like, to me, that's a value add, not a value grab. So I'm looking forward to see what we can do on that. Oh, Misha said that we've made $100. We have made $100. I forgot about that. Thank you, dear. So that is exciting. So we have made money this week. But see, there's so many things going through my head, I can't keep track. But it's okay. We're going to figure it out together. I do know today I have a contact, a buddy of mine who's looking at starting his new venture as well with a new business. And I won't say who or what they're doing because I don't think that I can at the moment. But we're going to be discussing making some hats and some leather keychains possibly for him. So I am excited about that and seeing if we can't come up with a product that brings his business vision alive and to fruition as well. So that way he's got some products on hand too to start doing the same thing, marketing, getting the word out, so on and so forth. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then I think today too, I'm also going to focus on kind of getting in a little bit more into the weeds, trying to put these listings onto our website. The website has not been updated at all since Christmas. As a matter of fact, you can see our duck Christmas ornaments that we have, which was kind of the inspiration for our duck keychains. If you notice, they are very similar. So I want to do that. And then one other avenue that we were discussing too is I feel like I already have plenty of designs that can be used, kind of utilitarian, if you will. So for example, let's just say the just paddle it design. We have this product. We physically have made this product here in our garage at our shop. And it's something that we have in stock on hand, which is great. But I would like to build, I think, something. Been doing some research for a little while and just dabbling, right? I don't know the full depths of it, but I'm curious to see if I could jump in and do a print on demand portion. And apparently there's a way where you can sync Printify and Printful and some of these other companies that are out there. You can sync that platform up with your Etsy or Squarespace or Shopify, whatever platform that you're on, and have that print on demand. Now, in the past, I have looked into it and I was like, dude, I've done screen printing and I enjoy it, right? But it is, it's a big company's game, is what I've learned. Even though we had a six color setup and all the tools necessary to do that, the amount of folks, and this is not to downplay it, but the amount of folks that are out there that want like a 1 shirt order or like a 6 shirt order, like some of this stuff doesn't make sense as far as the time that goes into it, as well as the amount of money, right, to set up your screens, so on and so forth. And folks just don't understand that, and that's not their job to understand, right? But what I found is there's so many folks out there that want a onesie twosie deal where it's not lucrative, right? And I understand why shops have a shop minimum. So, I had to get out of that. It was stressing me out. You spend an hour building up bids and discussing things with clients, and at the end of the day, like it wasn't a good fit for our mode of operation, so on and so forth. But you can make a lot of a pretty good overhead amount, a good amount of money if you can get larger orders, which is great. Well, take all that out of the equation. I was thinking to myself, like the print on demand stuff, like you're not making the type of markup space that you could if you were doing it yourself. Whereas now I've kind of changed my mode of thought. Like if I can make, I don't know, $4 off of whatever product each turn, and I have it set up to where now that responsibility of production is on somebody else. I'm not holding inventory. I don't have the equipment that's taking up my entire space, so on and so forth. Like, why not take the chance in building some of those products up, listing them on our website? And yeah, it's only, I don't know, what did I say, $4 of profit per product, but that product can live in our store year round or seasonally or whatever it is. And it's still something that is envisioned from what we've seen as far as our design. Like we want to produce this design. It's great. So for example, again, this guy, why could we not put this on a shirt or on a blanket or on a hat, whatever that is? And we should be able to take that product or this design and put it on products that we want to do in-house, but also be able to outsource it to the print on demand companies. So I want to look into how that really flows together, how that works together, and maybe build some of those options up and just see, right? I'm losing nothing by having a very small initial investment, right? For listing on Etsy. Like I said, I believe it's 20 cents per listing. And I'm also losing nothing as far, maybe some time as far as like, okay, well, if I got to jump into Printify and figure out how to set all that up and figure out how to set it up not only on that platform, but also get it to communicate with my shop. You know, I don't know, that might be a couple hours for me or a whole day for me, I don't know, or it might be a whole week for Marsh and I to kind of figure that out, just kind of working in it as we can. But once those products are filled, or built rather, and then we have them listed, like that's something that can live on our shop for free, and cost us little amount, right? And it's going to be there forever, or as long as we want it to be. So and it could make sales for us without us having to go through and hold the stock of the shirts, the ink, or the equipment. So I think that would be a really good time grab right now to add just another option for our shop. So we're going to be looking into that. It's a lot. There's a lot. I don't know where we put our time exactly to maximize not only our efforts that we're putting in physically, but also to maximize our profits. Like I said, we're trying to do everything with as little amount of physical money, financial investment as possible. Frankly, just because we don't have it, right? And let's be honest, I don't know if it could be done. I've seen folks do things with less. Like I said, I've seen folks do a lot of things with more. And even folks that have had more have done less than what we have. So we're just going to carve our own path here. That's all I'm trying to do. That is all I'm trying to do. But nonetheless, I think it's a good start. So for those of y'all that might jump in and look at this later, you know, I find it hard at times and find myself being a little discouraged and overwhelmed, just at the amount of effort and, like, for me, the amount of thoughts are going through my head, and I'm finding like my check boxes, like I want to jump in and produce a product. Why? Because I enjoy running the laser, making different things, and being able to physically take an idea, put it on the computer, and then see what the outcome is of producing a solid physical product, right? It's awesome. Not everybody's built like that. So why not, why not let me be the person to do that for you, right? That's kind of my thought. And then also like conceptualizing other people's ideas and being able to produce those products or items for them. I enjoy it, right? So this is why we want to do it. This is why I want to do it. Masha enjoys the creative process a lot too. She's always in the background, like handling stuff, though. It's funny. She is not a people person, which is fine. She doesn't mind being uncomfortable at times, which it's one of those deals. I'd rather sit here. Oh, she's in the background. I don't know. No, the camera's not over there. She just popped out. She's working on some laundry, I guess, right now. But you know, that's where our personalities, I think, are a benefit for not only our marriage, our relationship, but also our business relationship. Like, somebody's got to do the things that we're doing, and we're figuring out where those pieces lie together, which is great. I think team builder for us. And then, yeah, we're just moving and grooving together. Like, I don't want to have the same day every day. And which is another thing too, like we get to change, like, I mean, you never know minute by minute what we're going to be doing, right? So I could be doing hats. Masha could be doing artwork. She could be doing listings, whatever, right? And, or she, like we challenged her yesterday with she's like, I don't like the photos that you took, which again, not professional. So she took some on her own, and then we kind of went through that process together, right? So being able to do those things as a team and then learn off of one another, although at times is challenging, like I think it's really good, not only for our relationship, but also for our business, because once we find what we're really building here, what our strengths are, and whatever it is that we're doing, like we can really build off of that, off of each other. So yeah, today, sorry, long-winded intro, I guess, but that's kind of where we're at for the day. And I think today, like I said, I'm gonna do some research on some things. I want to figure out, like, diving into our website. So I'm not gonna stay on here and kind of bore everybody to death with that. But I did want to jump on because, again, it's a daily challenge to make sure that we're hopping on live, and then also being able to hold some sort of structure inside of our lives. And then, you know, I'm hoping, I would go so far to say, as of right now, I would say hopefully by our month 2, we're kind of figure out what our daily stream looks like, what our schedule looks like for the most part, where we can find a happy median and build some consistency as far as jumping on live, and then having projects ready to go, so on and so forth. But right now we're kind of like, there's so much going on. I don't know where to begin. It's a little flustering, and there's not really an outline. So, you know, I definitely want to grow personally into, like, hey, good morning, we're going to have some coffee, we're going to talk, and then we're going to jump into this project, or we're going to review and discuss this, so on and so forth. So Some days I might actually stream for 3-4 hours, who knows? Or some days like today, I might be on for 45 minutes discussing this and kind of showing that and the other. The one thing is too, I do know we will be trying our best to be consistent as far as posting on mainly our Facebook and then also our private group. On that, our private group is the 90-day challenge. And this is open up to anybody who's doing any type of challenge. And to be quite honest, it doesn't have to be for 90 days. If you're doing a 30-day challenge and it's a personal one or a business challenge or whatever, we invite you to come and join our group and be an active member of that. So that way we can all help support each other and lift each other up. But I will be trying to make sure alongside, I swear I heard the door open. Maybe it was the wind, but we will be sure to be jumping in there and offering kind of more the background information, if you will, for where we're at in our challenge. If we don't specifically hop online and show it or whatever, we want to have to be able to provide value and like show where we're at in our challenge, and then also be encouraging to those of you guys that are doing some sort of challenge as well. So I know I haven't really been in there personally a whole lot just because I've got a lot going on, and that's not a super valid excuse, but Misha's been in there chiming in and helping build that community up. So yeah, come and check that out. And then I also want to invite all of you guys too, if you haven't, anything that we're posting on, whether you're a friend of mine on the personal Facebook page or our T6 business page, we invite you to come and share those posts with your friends, your family, your networks as well. If it's something that you find interesting, that you think somebody else might find interesting, like help us get the word out. We would more than greatly appreciate even just the sharing of things. That would be awesome because we want to grow our community. We invite you to come to follow us on our business page. We invite you to come and follow us on our YouTube as we're trying to grow this thing out. So I don't know, man. I told my kids at one point in time too, because they were like, oh, we want to grow up and be YouTubers, or we want to be gamers. And I've learned the hard way over the last 10-15 years, honestly, like times are changing for sure. And they already have changed, and we're seeing people have success on these things. So I've never imagined myself jumping on as a personal individual, or let alone for a business. I didn't know that we would really try to be building a business, but here we are. So why not use these tools and be uncomfortable and see what wins, see what doesn't, and come be a part of the crazy ride with us. I was telling Misha earlier, like, I feel like we just need to title our live shows like, well, welcome to the shit show. Cause I feel like it's all over the place, but we're going to get it cleaned up one way or the other. I'm going to transition this. I just realized I left my computer screen up the entire time. So I apologize, but I think on that note, I really need to look at this mess, man. I'm getting a flow of things. We got crap all over the place. I know those of y'all that jumped on yesterday, Masha's like, we have no room, and we don't. I need to get this place cleaned up. So I'm going to hop off of here for today. We might be posting little updates throughout the day, just kind of whatever we're working on. We'll see. And then I'm going to get this place cleaned up, work on some projects, and kind of start digging into some of that research that I was discussing as well. And we'll try to lead into a really good tail end of the week here for closing up Friday. Let me know if you guys have watched this, and who do you want to win the Super Bowl this Sunday? Let me know. I am indifferent. I could care less, but I am pulling for our Mr. Purdy here on the tail end of things, Mr. Irrelevant. So I hope that he finds success and with all the BS that's been being talked about him.
I'm sorry.
I'm
here for the end.
She's here for the end.
Fashionably late.
There we go. We got things going on, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm pulling for the Niners just because I feel like the underdog and the quarterback should win, I guess. But frankly, I don't really care. It's a good excuse to gather with friends and family, eat some food, have a beverage of choice, and just enjoy the company. So let me know what team you're going for. You're just saying hi, bye?
Well, I'm really surprised that you just said that.
I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to go, but they're not there because it's the Dallas Cowboys. It's fine.
Yeah, but why would you go for California ever? Ever.
I just said.
I mean, if you can't go for the state that's under us, go for the state that's above us.
This lady has no clue.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the microphone.
Anyways.
I'm not
What,
gonna
you're going for Kansas City then?
Yeah, of course.
For Mahomes? I love Mahomes though. He's a cool dude.
I really don't care about the people, but
She doesn't care about football.
I care about like our area.
Oh, okay. Regionally.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Well, fine then. You have your opinions. I have mine. Tis what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday. We might do a thing too in the future. I was just thinking about this. Yeah, Thankful Thursday. Thirsty Thursday, she said. Maybe we'll do a Thirsty Thursday show as well. I don't know. I used to have a deal for every day of the week back in my college day. Let me see if I can remember. And of course, it was revolved around drinking, right? Not going to class. But let's see here. Manic Monday, Trashy Tuesday, Wasted Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Effing Friday.
Why not Fun Friday?
I was trying to be like politically correct with not using the F bomb.
I said Fun Friday.
Well, it is fun, but bless you.
Excuse me.
I think it was Sloshy Saturday and Shitty Sunday or something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and collude with my partner in crime back in the day and see if we got that right. So
it's not me.
It was not her. My best friend for years and years. I don't know. Okay, well, on that note, I don't know what kind of day it is for you, but I hope you have a good one.
If you're not already, please like and follow and share. Share. Oh, yeah.
It should do the thing. I love
that thing.
I don't know.
It did it the other day when you just like put your thumb
like it. No reason. There's some other actions in there that's supposed to do, but I don't know how to use it. Maybe I should we'll look on that because there's like firecrackers and all that stuff as well. But
does it only do it on Facebook or is it OBI that's doing it?
It's actually my computer.
Oh, so it doesn't matter where we stream.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah, it should.
Neat.
It should. All right, boys and girls. Love you long time.
Mm-hmm.
Love you long time.
Agreed.
Peace. I'm gonna mute this first.